Hi, this is Cheyenne Valentine, back today again, new episode. Excuse me if you hear any talking in the background. I'm outside enjoying the weather. But anywho, this is a story time. I think I'm going to name this video, The Time I Defended Myself Against a Weirdo. Again, this is going to be about the time I defended myself against a weirdo. So this is when I was quite young because I did not have a vehicle at the time. And I was walking to the train. So where I stayed at, there was public transportation via a bus and the train. I don't know if you all stay in a city that has the trains, but I was walking to the train. This was around maybe 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So this was during the daytime. A lot of people were out. But ironically, the street I was walking down to get to the train, there wasn't well, I'm not even gonna lie, this was kind of a side street. It wasn't a main street, it was a side street to get to the train, and it wasn't a lot of people on that street. So I will say that I don't know if it was a two-way or a one-way, and that's gonna come into play later in the story. But I remember it was a store that I would pass going to the train because I would take that route a lot. And I remember it's a store that I will walk past right before I would get to the train. Sometimes I would stop in that store, or going to the train, or I would stop into that store leaving the train. So anywho, this one day I'm walking to the train and I don't remember where I was going, but anyway, so a car pulls up. So like I said, I don't know if this is a two-way or a one-way, but the car pulls up and it was a Hispanic guy. I don't now look for all the people who happen to be Hispanic. I don't know if he was he looked Mexican to me. I don't know if he was Puerto Rican. I think he was Mexican, but I'm not quite sure. So let's just say he was a Mexican guy. He pulls up. Well, I don't want to misquote, you know, because I'm not quite sure. Let's just say he's Hispanic, Latin. And I know there's Afro Latinos and all that. I don't want to get into all that. I just know he was brown. He wasn't dark skinned. He looked to me to be Mexican, but I'm not quite sure. So he pulled up. So I'm walking on the sidewalk, and there are some vehicles that are parked. So of course he's not driving super close to the curb because his car's there. He's in the, in the street but he's slowly driving. And so he says to me, he doesn't, okay, he say, mommy, mommy. And he was like blowing kisses at me. So he would say, mommy, mommy, and do like that. So I don't know if he spoke English. I don't really know, but he just kept saying, mommy, mommy, mommy. And like, doing his mouth like that. And I've had Hispanic men in the past do that. Oh, mommy, mommy, like that to me. So I knew what that meant. So I kept walking. Now, ladies, you know that when you're walking, and I've had a vehicle for a long time now, but I remember those days when I didn't, when I was younger, and how the protocol goes. When you're walking and there's a guy that pulls up, you're walking the sidewalk and he pulls up beside you, and he says things to you to try to get your attention. If you don't want to talk to him, because let's be clear, if a man wants to approach a woman, he's in a vehicle and she's walking, he is to pull over, get out the vehicle, and approach her. A lot of these men are lazy. Okay, I remember a guy, get off course just for a second. I was on foot a long time ago when I was younger, and the guy, I forgot how it went. He pulled up and he said, well, come talk to me. And I said, well, no, you can get out the car. And so he drove off and said, you played yourself, shorty, and drove off. I'm like, so you're that lazy? I remember being at the bus stop one time when I didn't have a car, when I was younger, and a guy pulled up at the bus stop, and he was so lazy, he let down his back window and leaned his seat back and said, hey, shorty, I want to talk to you. Couldn't even go and park around the corner, get out and walk up to me. So these men are very lazy. I don't know if they like that now still, but I know back in the day, y'all, they was real lazy approaching women. They think you're just supposed to walk up to their car so they can snatch you in it. Get the hell up out of here. Get out, park, and get out the car and walk up to her and be a gentleman. So protocol is, as we all know, ladies, when you're walking, a guy's trying to talk to you, he's driving. If you don't want to talk to him and communicate, you keep looking straight and you keep walking. He eventually will leave you alone. Am I correct? So that's what I did. I said, well, he'll eventually leave me alone. So I looked at him and I turned back around. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't curse him or nothing. I just kept walking looking straight. I did not really acknowledge him. I did look at him, but I turned back around, looked straight, and I just kept walking. So any normal guy would basically have drove off and left me alone. Oh no, but that's not what happened with this guy. You all, it's gonna, oh God. So he kept saying, mommy, mommy. I kept walking. So all I know, either he parked the car or because like I said, it wasn't a lot of traffic down that street. So either he parked the car real quickly, or from what I can remember, honestly, I don't even think he might have just, I think it was a lot of parking spots on the street. So I think he pulled into a park. And he hopped out quickly. Remember that. He hopped out the car quickly. And right when he jumped out that car, I knew I was in trouble. I knew something wasn't right. I'm like, because most normal men, when you don't respond to their advances, they leave you alone. Now, I've gotten cussed out for just looking at the guy and keep walking, not responding. Some of them will cuss you out and all that. But usually they will drive off. If you're walking, he's driving, he's trying to talk to you, he usually will drive off and leave you the hell alone if you're not responding to his advances. This guy did not do that. So he immediately put the car in park and jumped out. Right then, something told my stomach didn't feel right. I said, something's not right here. He's not leaving me alone. So he starts walking towards me very fast, and he gets behind me, very close behind me. So immediately I start walking faster because I'm like, why? And I just figured maybe he was getting out the car and to approach me and say, look, you didn't hear me talking to you? Like, what's up with you? Whatever. But now, you all, do you know he got behind me, very close behind me. He was walking very close behind me and did not say anything to me. Now, follow what I'm saying. He gets very close behind me, but does not utter a word. That's kind of strange, right? If you jump out the car to try to talk to a female and you walk behind her very close, why would you not be saying anything? So I immediately thought to myself, I felt even more sick to my stomach. I said, something's not right here. Why is this man this close behind me, but he's not saying anything? Okay. So once again, when I say he's close behind me, and when I get later on in the story, you will understand why he was that close. But I was trying to figure out, why was he so close behind me? But he wasn't saying anything. That's not normal. If a guy walks up on you, he's going to say something. So I'm thinking, is he going to hit me across the head? So I'm walking faster. So then I stopped. Because I'm like, why is he so close behind me? But he's not saying anything to me. He's not trying to talk to me. And then I stopped and I turned my head to the left side and I could see him behind me. And then it's like he stopped. I'm like, what the hell? So I keep walking. I'm like, this dude better leave me alone. I keep walking and he's close up on me even more so, but I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel him grab me. I just knew he was really close behind me, and I thought I felt something like on my pocket, like as if he tried to put his hand in my pocket or something. I felt something on against my pocket, as if he tried to put his finger in my pocket. That's what it felt like. He tried to put his hand in my pocket or something, where my buttocks is located. It felt like he tried to put his hand in my pocket or something. So I said, hold on. So I spun around really quickly, everybody. When I spun around, he was shocked because I did it so quickly. I just turned. He thought I was just going to keep walking or whatever. But I turned around, and this happened in a short period of time. He wasn't walking behind me a really long time. This happened within a minute. This whole incident, maybe two minutes, maybe. So I spun around real quickly because I'm like, what the hell? So I turned to look at him like, what are you doing? What's going on? And I looked down. When I turned, he looked shocked. And then I'm looking at him like, what? Something's not right here. And when I looked there, we both looked down. This man was holding his beige penis in his hands. Everybody. He was holding y'all, let me calm down. He was holding his beige penis in his hands. He literally, when we both looked down, I looked down just by, when you turn look at somebody, you look at their whole body. You just don't look at their face. You look at their face first and you look down. So when I looked down, some just told me to look down. He was holding his beige penis in his hands, and the weird part was he looked down at his penis too, as if he didn't know he was holding it. The moment I seen his penis out and he was holding it, I hit him in his jaw. I hit him. It was a split second. I didn't even think about it. I hit him in his jaw. Okay. And I said, what the fuck is wrong? Excuse my language. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was enraged. I was angry. And he looked stunned. And the thing was, I hit him so quickly, he was still holding his penis when I hit him. So he didn't even have both hands free. He was holding his penis and he stumbled back. So one thing I want to say is, I don't know if I mention this a lot, but I don't fight men. You know, I would get, you know, I obviously I hit him and I will defend myself. But generally speaking, I carry mace. I think I'm gonna get a taser, and I need to get a gun too. And like I said, I'll go get other men to handle a man. And I always said it because I know for a fact I am not strong enough to overpower a man. And that one, so I found that out in multiple cases, but this one case showed me the strength of a man and the strength of, well, not the strength of a man, but it kind of showed me how strong I wasn't. Meaning that when I punched him in his face with all my might, full of anger and rage, I felt, you know, I felt violated. And do you all know he only stumbled? He did not even fall. He had one hand holding his penis and the other one was free. He didn't even have both hands to balance himself. And he stumbled, everybody. I wasn't even strong enough to make this man fall. I balled my fist. I hit him with and I was 2 inches taller than him. I'm 5'8". He was maybe like 5'6", and he still didn't fall. I punched him as hard with every strength I had, and this man did not fall. Now, do you know what would have happened to me if he would have hit me back with all his might? I would have been laid on the ground. My nose would have been where my ear was. My ear would have been where my nose was. My mouth would have been where my forehead was. I would look like Mr. Potato Head, and probably would have been unconscious. Because that's the strength of a man physically. A woman, we can't match a man physically. And in that moment, I realized, you know, I hit this guy with every strength I had. He's a pervert. Now, what if he decided to rape me? That showed me I wouldn't even been able to fight him. And he's 2 inches, so I'm taller than him. And I still could not overpower him. So if he had wanted to knock me out and drag me in his car, or drag me on to another street or something, drag me down the street and rape me into like a abandoned building or something, or empty lot, he would have probably got away with it. Not away with it, but he would have been able to do it. Because I knew that by me punching him and him just stumbling and not falling, that my strength is no match for a guy. Because if a man would have hit me with all his might, I would have been laid out. I remember in high school, I'm gonna say this real quickly, it was a guy, he got into it with another guy. These two black guys. They were arguing, and the black guy and this guy was only 15. They both were 15. He punched the other guy one time. That dude, he laid him completely out. That dude was laid out on the concrete, just out of it, with one punch. I punched this pervert, this weirdo, and he only stumbles. So understand the gravity of what I'm talking about. So I punch him. I said, say what I said. I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? And when I hit him in his jaw, like, he didn't know he was dealing with a Cheyenne. Okay, did he think he was going to violate me? And I wasn't gonna put my hands on him? Now, of course, that little punch I gave him didn't do much, but it let him know, you gonna stay the hell away from me, pervert. So basically what he was doing, everyone, so when I said that I felt something felt like he was putting his hand in my pocket, he actually was taking his penis and pushing it against my butt cheeks in broad daylight. And that lets you know just how close he was behind me. His penis did not look that long. I mean, it was long enough for him to grab it, and then he had extra meat to poke me. So I don't know how long. I mean, I couldn't focus on just how big or long it was. I mean, but it didn't look super long. So think about, let's just say his penis was maybe 5 inches or 6 inches. Do you know that? So imagine how close he was behind me to push it up against my buttocks. So that lets you know, when, like I said, I knew something was wrong, because think about how close he had to be to push his penis up against my butt. So imagine somebody being that close behind you, but not talking. I knew when he wasn't saying anything, I'm like, he's doing something behind me, but I couldn't feel nothing, and he was pushing it against my butt. Not really hard. It was just, I would feel like something, it almost felt like somebody was trying to put their hand in my pocket. And that's why I stopped the first time, because I thought I felt something. And then the second time it felt more intense. Like I felt like it felt like he was trying to put his hand in my pocket. But really he wasn't. He was pushing his penis up against my buttocks. He thought he could violate me. Now you all think about it. If this guy would do this in broad daylight, you know he probably was a rapist, right? You think I'm the only woman he did that to? I've known women who have experienced men that were on a train, that my friend, she would see a guy on a train. He would have on a trench coat, she said, and a newspaper, a black guy. He would pull out his penis on a train and play with it. She said he was a nice looking guy too, and had a big penis, and he would play with it and look at you and put the newspaper. Like, some of these men are straight perverts, okay? Straight weirdos. They take sex and all that. I don't know what's wrong with them. Okay, for this man to do this to me in broad daylight, I feel he was a rapist. And had it been dark outside, oh yeah, he would have knocked me out and probably raped me in an alley somewhere. Now, I'm gonna get to the next thing. I know you all are saying, what did you have on? Because you know they always say, well, for him to get so aroused to push his penis up against your buttocks, you must have been half naked. No, everyone. It was so cold that I had on gloves. Oh yeah. So let me make something clear. I had on jeans. I had on my signature Chuck Taylor shoes I used to love. I had on a waistcoat. I had on gloves, and I had my hair down. At the time, I used to wear my hair straight, and I had on a Kango hat. I think I had it turned to the side. That's what I had. I think I had a purse. I was fully dressed because it was so cold that I had on gloves. Okay? I had on freaking gloves. So for anybody that's gonna say, well, you was having, that's why he did it. Now, I have a plump butt. It was even plumper then because I'm like I said, I'm naturally curvy, and I was heavier then. I'm smaller now, and I'm still curvy now. I'm curvy now. Okay. I have to eat healthy and work out to keep my weight down. So I'm naturally curvy, so I gained weight quickly. So then I wasn't heavy, but I was even curvier than I am now. So, you know, hips and butt. And I don't know, maybe that because my jeans was tight, that activated something. But I mean, a woman should be able to wear fitted clothes. They weren't, even if they were tight, I was still fully dressed. I had on jeans, I had on gym shoes, and it was so cold that I had on gloves. So for anybody to say, well, did you have on a mini skirt and your butt out? No, it was wintertime. Okay, it was wintertime, everybody. And this dude did this to me. Now, what makes it even more eerie, after I punched him in his jaw and he didn't fall, which let me know, oh damn. I walked off and I was hyperventilating because I was so angry. I couldn't believe this dude violated me like that. And as I'm walking, it's almost like he just disappeared. Because how the street was, where he parked his car, I had to see him pass me. But I think I had blacked out when I hit him because I was that angry and enraged. I think I kind of slightly blacked out. So all I know, when I turned around, this man was gone. Now, when I walked, I know it was a side street, but I could have sworn I walked past the alley or something, and I thought maybe he turned down that street. Down that alley. But I don't think he did. I don't even remember him passing. Maybe he did like a U-turn and went the other way, but I didn't remember this man passing me. All I just know, when I kind of came to in my mind, when I calmed down, nobody was around. He was gone, and it was just me. And I was walking to the train, and it was just like it was almost like he was a ghost. Like he just came, he just went. And I remember telling my father about it, and he got quiet, and he was talking to his girlfriend at the time, and he told me, after he talked to her, he told me that he told his girlfriend, and she's like, you need to tell her to carry mace with her when she's out. I mean, and I have other situations I've been through. I'm gonna do story times because y'all won't even believe the stuff I've been through and experienced. But yeah, some of these men, ladies, please carry. Now look, I have a vehicle, and I've had vehicle for a long time, but even having a vehicle, I've been at places and ran into crazies. So even if you have a vehicle, when you're out and about, you're still going to run into them. I do feel if you're on foot though, and depending on the area you're on, if you're in a bad area and you're on foot, you're going to run into them more. Okay, but even if you're in a good area, you're on foot, there's still perverts that ride around. So understand, just as a woman, just be careful. And what I don't understand is why this weirdo thought that he was gonna get away with that. Like, I'm trying to figure out what was gonna be the next step. Was he just gonna keep walking behind me and pressing his penis against my buttocks? Like, what did he think was gonna happen? What made him think I wasn't gonna hit him in his jaw? But what pissed me off was that he didn't fall. Like, y'all, I hit you. You don't understand, you all. I was so angry. I hit him with every strength that I had to get him off of me. I mean, he want, to just to let him know, like, hell no. Like, because the moment I seen his penis, I knew what he was doing. It's like my mind just my mind computed what was happening quickly. So once I looked down, and the stupid part was he looked down at his penis too, as if he didn't know he was holding it, because you gotta understand, he was behind me doing that for like a couple seconds. I don't know how long, and I turned around real quickly, so I caught him off guard. This dude really thought he was gonna keep doing that to me. But like I said, he wasn't pushing it really hard against my buttocks. And I kept walking fast, hoping that he'll just leave me alone, because I'm like, why is he walking behind me this close, but he's not talking? So I knew something was wrong. But when I spun around so quickly that he didn't have time to put his penis back in his pants. So when I spun around, he looked stunned. And I was just looking at him. He was looking. He never once, I don't even know if he spoke English. All I know, he only said, mommy, to me. That's all he kept doing. I don't know if he spoke English. And when I turned around, we were looking at each other, and I just happened to look down, and he looked down too, and he's holding his penis. So once I seen his penis, my mind said, oh, he was holding his penis, he was up behind you, He's pressing against your buttocks. Hit him. And I got the command, and I hit him. I didn't lay him out because he didn't fall, but I hit him, and he stumbled back, and I said, "What the F is wrong with you?" And I walked off because I was just so angry. Now, had he hit me back, I probably wouldn't be here to make this video, because he would have effed me up. Okay, a man's my strength is nowhere near, and he was shorter than me, and I still couldn't lay him out. So y'all, this is just a quick story time. I defend myself. I don't know why he did that to me. Yes, my butt was plump. My buttocks, I guess, looked plump to him, but that did not give him a right to violate me like that. I do feel that he was a rapist. I feel like if he had caught me walking down that deserted street during nighttime, he would have possibly came up and knocked me out and drugged me in a car, or drugged me to one of those alleys or something, or abandoned building. I don't know, because I don't think it was on any abandoned buildings around there. But yeah, that's not normal. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only woman he did that to. I want to know why he had the balls to do that. But he learned that. He looked shocked when I hit him, because when I hit him and said, "What the F is wrong with you?" he still didn't say nothing. He just stumbled back and just looked at me, and his eyes were like really buck. He never said anything. When I walked off, he left me alone, and it's just like, y'all, I did not even hear his car start and drive past me. I was so angry, and I kind of think I blacked out, because I was breathing hard. When I punched him and said, "What the F is wrong with you?" he didn't say nothing. He just looked stunned. When I punched him, he stumbled back, and I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And then he didn't say nothing. I just turned, and I was like, "Oh," and I started walking. I was breathing hard, and it's like I blacked out. And when I kind of came to in my mind, I did not see his car. I did not hear him start the car back. He was just gone. I did not hear him start the car back up. I do not remember him driving past me. It's almost like this dude was just a perverted ghost that just manifested and then just left. Like I don't know what happened to him. Like you would usually hear a person start up their car and hear them drive past you. I did not hear the car start up, and I did not hear nor see him drive past me. So that's my story time. Ladies, be careful out here. I'm going to talk about another video, also another incident I had that showed me that men were stronger than me. I already knew they were, but a person I was dating put his hand around my neck with one hand, and I tried to get his hand from around my neck, and I took both of my hands to try to pull his hand from around my neck, and you all could not get his hand from around my neck. I could not get his hand from around my neck, and he didn't even have it he had it tight enough to hold me in one place and hold my neck in place. And I took both of my hands to try to get his one hand from around my neck, and do you all know I could not get his hand from around my neck? And it took, using both of my hands, I couldn't do it. So you know, and I did not do anything to warrant this attack. I'm gonna get into that in another video. So I knew early on that men had a strength that I did not have physically, and therefore I protect myself. Like I said, I get another man to handle a man, or I have mace. I'm going to get a taser, and I'm going to get a gun, because see, I'm not playing these games. I done ran to some crazies recently too. Okay, so it's crazies all around, ladies. So just be careful, and that's my story time.